Hello everyone, welcome to Wednesday's video. I hope you've all had a great week so far. Today's lesson is inspired by some art pieces that I was fortunate enough to be able to see during my time in Ecuador. Check them out. All of the pieces of art that you're about to see, all of them have something in common. That is, that they all exist outside. You know, I'll be walking on the street and come across these paintings and think, wow, that's pretty cool, for a couple of reasons. I appreciate all the detail that the artists used in these paintings. And I appreciate how this art exists outside for a lot of people to be able to see. Now, while I like the art, I do have a big question for the artists who painted these. What kind of message are you trying to deliver? Now, I know the artists aren't here, they can't answer that question now, but for us, I think it'll be easier if we break down that question to think about it more. Break it down by using other questions, such as, why did the artist paint what they painted? And why did you paint them where you did? Why are they outside? For example, this painting here. Why did you paint these flowers? And why did you paint them here? Maybe the artist just really liked painting flowers and they wanted to paint the flowers here because other flowers exist outside? Not sure. What do you think? Now I have a question for all of you. If you could make an art piece and it had to exist outside, what would you make and why? Where would you put it? For me, I drew this right here. If I could paint something, I didn't use paint for this, but if I could paint something outside and put it somewhere, this is what I would paint. And where do you think I would put it? The book gives a little hint. Maybe at a school, maybe at a library. For me, books bring me somewhere else in my head. So this person right here is flipping the page of the book and it's bringing them somewhere else into their head. And I hope that's a little clear by these pictures that I drew around that person. So for instance, this person is looking at this book, reading it perhaps, and it's bringing them to different kinds of locations besides where they actually physically are. Books can bring you to a forest, books can bring you to outer space, they can bring you deep in the ocean, to large cities. Books can even bring you places where you've never even been before. I haven't finished this section yet, but I think I will at some point. You can also, doesn't have to be a drawing like that, right? This is two-dimensional. You see, it's flat. You can also build something that's more three-dimensional, like this piece here at the Portland Museum of Art. Why do you think the artist put it that way? Why do you think they made it the way that they did? And why does it exist at a museum? You see, for me, that piece inspired this piece right here. If I were to make something three-dimensional, I would make something like this and I would put it next to an art museum, but it would not be this size because I think this is too small. I think people would probably just walk by it. I would want it to be big. I would want it to be as big as the playground at Stevensbrook Elementary School. That's how big I would like this to be because I see people kind of just sliding down these curves and these rounded edges right here. Why would I put it next to a museum? I don't really know yet. But I can see it just being a lot of fun. Maybe that's a good enough reason. So places like a library or an art museum, does this have to go in a library? No. What other things can go next to a library? What other things could you make that could go outside a library or even on a library? Could this go somewhere else besides an art museum? Maybe it could go at an amusement park. I don't know. What do you think? Whatever you decide to make, whatever you decide to draw or sculpt, I want you to think about where it would go, why you're making it, and who it's for. That's the video today. Thank you so much for watching. Look for another video this coming Friday. Try and stay cool on these really warm days. I'll see you all in a little bit. Bye.